Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Jamie. I am a certified tarot reader, and I am here with your weekly tarot and oracle guidance. This is where we pull cards for each day of the week, Monday through Sunday. This will give you an in-depth look as what the energy could have in store for you on that day, and that can help you navigate the energies ahead with clarity and confidence. So this is for the week of April 8th through April 13th. Now, before we get into the reading, please make sure that you like, comment, save, share this video, hit that notification bell, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified and updated every single time I post one of these videos. Now, I know that I am posting the video on Tuesday. Yesterday was a little hectic, as I'm sure that you can imagine. So I am posting it, and I did pull a card for the energy on Monday because I do feel like the energies that show up on Monday kind of do have a ripple effect, especially when a huge celestial event like the solar eclipse in Aries takes place. So I pulled a card for Monday, even though we've already passed it, because it did play a huge impact, and it will play a huge impact throughout the rest of the week. So please stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the reading. Okay, like I said, I know that the energy has already kind of passed for Monday, but the energy that sets us up for Monday is what we will see ripple or have an effect on the entire week. So let's see what the week of April 8th through April 13th, 2024 has to say. So Monday, we have the Queen of Voices. And the Queen of Voices, or the Queen of Swords, when she's in reverse, she is codependent. And I immediately get the feeling of being too dependent on other people to kind of tell you what to expect when it came to the energy from yesterday. And if that's the case, then we're not really using our own discernment. We're disconnected. We are not really thinking using logic, because the Queen of Swords, when she's direct, she's very logical, she's a good planner, she's communicative, she's compassionate, she's a good mediator, she's Libra energy. And when she's in reverse, she can be very codependent, sacrifice her own needs and her own wants for others, but also she can be entirely too dependent on on making decisions based upon what other people say. So yesterday, there could have been a real theme of just being entirely too dependent on relying on others to tell you what to expect within this eclipse energy. And that can be understanding given the intensity of the event itself. But please remember that your connection to the divine is completely based upon your connection to yourself. And if you have a solid connection with yourself and with the divine, you really don't need anyone else's input, because you can feel the energy within your body. Your conscious, your intuition, your higher self will begin to speak to you, and therefore you won't need to rely on answers from anyone else in regards to decisions that need to be made or what to expect. Here on Tuesday, we have the page of cups, or the page of emotions in reverse. And pages are messengers of the tarot. They're also very young energy. So it's like an apprenticeship, learning things. And right now you may be missing intuitive insights or spiritual enlightenment messages. If you're too dependent on other people to tell you what to expect, you're completely missing the messages that your subconscious and that your higher self and your higher consciousness are trying to deliver to you. Okay, it could be that maybe somebody's feeling extra emotional today. Yesterday was very intense, but the moon has now moved into the sign of Taurus, which can really give us a grounded sense of energy. So if you're feeling very emotional, I would encourage you to ground your energy and just sit in silence. Stay off social media. Don't really engage with, maybe just kind of find yourself a sense of inner peace. Find a place that feels peaceful. Find an energy that feels peaceful. Go into a sense of meditation, mindfulness, breath work. Those are all ways that you can really calm the nervous system and calm the emotional body. And that way, when we're calm and we're more in a more regulated state, we're more likely to hear the intuitive insights and clarity that we really need. Here on Wednesday, the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely messages are trying to be delivered. Messages are really trying to be delivered. And the Page of Pentacles, when it's in reverse, can indicate that, one, you're waiting on an opportunity that's really not going to come because maybe it's just not time, or that particular opportunity really isn't meant for you. Always remember that, as cliche as it sounds, rejection is redirection. But it can also mean that there's a lesson that you're not learning. If we're in a space of overthinking and being too dependent on other people to tell us what to do, we're not listening, which means we're not connected to self, we're not connected to the universe, and we're not hearing the intuitive insights that we already innately know on a soul level. And if this energy continues, it means that you're not learning any lessons. You're not learning the lessons that the eclipse energy is trying to teach you because you're not listening. Ground your energy. Pentacles or materials energy is all about earth sign energy. Ground your energy. The moon is going to be in Taurus over the next 2.5 days. Use this opportunity to get grounded. Listen to your body. Rest. Remove distractions and find some quiet. The World in reverse, again, there's a cycle here that's not being allowed to close up. There's still a lesson that needs to be learned, a karmic lesson. And it could be, again, that we're too focused on, I apologize. I recorded the entire reading and realized that halfway through my microphone died, so it didn't record the rest of the reading. So what I did is that I paused it and I cut it off to where it went silent, and I started, and we will pick up where we left off. And I didn't want to redo the entire reading because it's actually a really, really good reading and a really good message. So I decided to keep it. But it looks as if there's still a lesson that's not being learned here. There's still something that's not being listened to. There's not something that's not being picked up on here on Wednesday. There's a lesson that's still not being learned. And here we have the World in reverse, which represents karmic cycles. It represents levels of awareness not being achieved. And it can also represent lessons that are just not being learned. And it's really, with this eclipse energy, it's offering a brand new beginning. When the World is direct, it's symbolizing a level up. This is like the level up card. Like you've conquered the big bad boss at the end of the level of the game, and you get to move on to the next level. But when this card is in reverse, it's symbolizing that there is a lesson here that's not being learned. Again, pages represent young energy. They represent apprentices, people that are learning as they go up. They're learning to become the knight, which will then become the king. But they're learning, and when they're in reverse, they're not really learning anything. So there's a cycle that's not being closed because the lesson itself is not being learned. Here on Friday, we have the Page of Inspiration. So this is the Page of Wands in reverse. Again, another page in reverse. So again, this could be on Friday. Maybe you receive a message of unfavorable news, or it could represent that maybe your energy is scattered all over the place. If you're overthinking here based upon the first part of the week, if this eclipse energy has really sent you into like this overthinking, lack of clarity spiral because you're waiting for someone else to tell you the answers, then it's going to scatter your energy all over the place. Kind of like those pinball games where you pull the little lever and it shoots the ball and it bounces all over the place. That's what the Page of Wands or the Page of Inspiration in reverse can represent. It represents that this young, fiery energy has no focus. It's not contained. And instead, because it's not contained, because it's not being channeled somewhere, it's all over the place. This can also represent if you find yourself, if you are in a relationship, this could be that maybe on Tuesday, there's a lot of maybe emotional conversations that are being had. Maybe somebody says something they really don't mean. Here in the on Wednesday, maybe you're waiting for an apology that's just not going to come, which represents again that there's a lesson within the connection that's not being learned. There's a lesson within the communication. Most likely it has to do with communication because we started out the week with the Queen of Swords. We also have Mercury retrograde, which can cause a lot of miscommunication within any type of interaction. And then here on Friday, it could be that somebody's acting really, really selfishly. So please be mindful of how this energy applies to you. But overall, as a collective reading, it represents that the energy is very scattered. It needs to be kind of harnessed and brought back into a center, kind of like a fireball. I keep imagining a fireball that's like held within your hands, but it's centered, it's powerful, but it's channeled and it's calm. Okay, so Friday, you could receive a message of unfavorable news, or it could just means that Friday, maybe your energy just feels very, very scattered. Maybe you feel very, very busy, like your energy is just all over the place. If that's the case, take some deep breaths. Figure out what throughout your day is a necessity. And if it doesn't have to be done immediately, if it can wait till the next day, let it wait. Saturday, finally, we have the Ace of Materials or the Ace of Pentacles. This ace trumps all other aces within the decks, and aces represent new beginnings and new opportunities. And within the sign of Pentacles or Materials, as it's illustrated in this deck, is that this has to do with finances, relationships, material possessions, just being really grounded. It's earth sign energy. Okay. And this could be a brand new, you could receive a new opportunity for a financial, a new financial opportunity. Maybe you receive some money on Saturday. It could be a new opportunity to really move forward, to really maybe receive the lesson and learn the lesson that's not being received here on Wednesday, because this is materials energy. This is Pentacles energy. Okay. So that could be that on Saturday you receive a new opportunity for financial abundance, for material gain, a new career opportunity, or you simply just receive the calmness and the clarity to move forward in a much more grounded way. Okay. And on Sunday, we have the Nine of Materials. Very, very nice. Sunday, the Nine of Materials, or Pentacles, as it's called in the traditional tarot, this is known as the Lady of Leisure. And what it is that this is Venus and Virgo energy. And Virgo is all about simplicity. It's all about purity. And Venus is what we value. It's what we love. It's what we find beautiful. And the reason this card is known as the Lady of Leisure is because this card, the energy focuses solely on the simplicity of what we value. It focuses on the health. It focuses on the wealth. It focuses on, you know, having things put together, having a steady foundation of what it is that you value so that you can move forward. Remove all of the excess. If it really doesn't matter in the long run, is it really worth paying? Is it really worth investing your time in? You really need to ask yourself that. But it could be that on Sunday you're feeling very comfortable. Maybe you're feeling very luxurious. Whatever the case may be, really focus in and harness in on the simplicity of what you value and remove all of the excess. Remove all of the excess. I really get the feeling that there's a big theme about self-discipline that's occurring, maybe like in the day-to-day theme. Is your day-to-day, are you allowing yourself to be distracted with gossip? Are you allowing yourself to be distracted by television or social media? Is it taking you away from your goals? Is it taking you away from what's really important in your life? If it's not going to help you move the needle forward towards your goals, then it's not really necessary, is it? Here are oracle cards. We have Boss Up. This is card number 5. Five represents challenges. It represents change. It can represent even conflict, which can be seen. Like I said, if you're in a relationship and you're experiencing some communication difficulties, some conflicts, here with the page of emotions, all of these pages, then if you imagine yourself, you are the CEO of your life. Look at it like that. You are the CEO of your life. Because look at this card, how it's illustrated. Like it looks like you're on a plane, champagne, roses, fresh fruit in a bowl, looking like just a straight, very business type personality. So if you were the CEO of your life, what's the overall goal that you're trying to accomplish? Is it harmony? Is it happiness? Is it financial stability? What is the overall end game? What is the goal? Because as the CEO of your life, do you really think that unnecessary conflict is going to be tolerated? Do you think that unnecessary drama will be tolerated? Do you think that someone being disrespectful will be tolerated? Do you think that maybe the slightest little, if something's not quite working out the way you thought, do you really think that as the CEO of your life, that is going to throw you for a loop? No. CEOs, they look at the bottom line. Is this going to help me achieve the goal that I want to achieve? If the answer is no, it's not worth my time. Changes can bring so much beauty and so many opportunities to actually move forward towards the goals that we're looking for. But we don't really know what changes need to be made if we're constantly looking outside of ourselves for the answers. Let's see. Look forward. Look forward. Stop looking back. Wherever you're looking, stop looking backwards. It's time to move forward. It's time to go with the flow. It's time to let go of the past and move forward. Imagine yourself, when people say go with the flow, imagine yourself sitting on a raft in a river that's flowing. It's constantly flowing. It's constantly moving along. Sometimes it can feel a little bumpy. Sometimes it moves very slow, but for the most part, it's always moving. Now, if you are trying to hold on to something from the past, it's like taking your arm and reaching behind you and grabbing a hold of a tree branch. And eventually you're fighting against that current. You're fighting against the flow of energy. You're fighting against that current. And instead of allowing yourself to move with the flow of energy, you're going to find yourself burnt out. You're going to find yourself exhausted. You're going to find yourself tired. And eventually the universe you're going to have to let go eventually, because there's no way you can maintain that for forever. So eventually you can either choose to let go, or the universe will make you let go, because your body just won't be able to tolerate that level of exhaustion for very long. And instead of, when you finally do let go, instead of moving down the river, feeling energized and excited about where you're going, you're tired, you're weak, you're just trying not to drown at this point. Stay flowing with the river. Whatever came up for you around the eclipse is ultimately what needs to be addressed. Okay, this eclipse energy comes in threes. The first round of these eclipses in Aries and Libra happened in October of 2023. That was like the introductory lesson. That's like coming into the first day of class. It's the starter lesson. It's coming into the first day of class. And over the last 6 months, you opened up that book with the first eclipse, and now you've just been learning and reading chapter, learning. Well, guess what? The eclipse with Aries and Libra, this over the last several weeks, that was your pop quiz. The universe is like, okay, you've done really good. You looks like you've done your homework. Let's see how you handle a pop quiz. It's like that mid checkpoint. Let's see how much you've really learned. Let's see if you're really moving along in the direction that you need to go. And then this is kind of, like I said, that middle checkpoint. It's that pop quiz. And then we have another 6 months to see how all of this unfolds. And then the final exam is going to be the eclipses that occur in October of 2024. So you can either choose to hold on to the past, or you can boss up and just look forward, move forward, learn these lessons that need to be learned. Allow this cycle to finally close up. Allow this cycle to finally close up here. Debilitated, discomfort. And again, anytime you hold on to the past, it's not going to feel very comfortable. Just checking to make sure my microphone was still on. But it's not going to feel very comfortable. If you continue to hold on to the past, if you continue to allow your emotions to get the best of you, if you continue to allow your energy to be scattered, if you continue to allow yourself to feel disconnected from the self, from the divine energy, from the answers that you already innately know on a soul level, then you're going to consistently feel debilitated, and you're going to consistently feel uncomfortable, because you're not in alignment with your soul's frequency. And look, here we have 14. 1 and 4 equals 5. This is about change. Change feels uncomfortable because we don't know what's on the other side. We don't know what's on the other side of this change. And it can feel scary. It can feel uncertain. And we just don't know. But if we allow ourselves to go with the flow of energy, we open ourselves up to new messages of insight and clarity and enlightenment. We open ourselves up to new messages and new opportunities to build something steady and tangible. We allow ourselves to walk through new cycles, to reach a higher level of awareness, to level up, and we receive favorable messages, favorable news, things that really make us think, wow, this really is working out for me. But all of this can be delayed and blocked if you fail to adhere to the lessons and the changes that the universe is trying to bring your way. I really hope that made sense. And I really, really hope that you understand how this energy is unfolding based upon this ripple effect that we're having. Monday was just the drop. And this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's the ripple effect. It does look like towards the end of the week that Saturday and Sunday, we're going to feel a little bit more of a reprieve from the energy. It's almost like it's rocky, and then eventually it's going to kind of smooth and even out, which is really, really nice. I know that a lot of people have struggled with this energy. I think a lot of people struggle with it because they're actually picking up on everyone else's energy. They're taking on everyone else's emotions. But remember, ground your energy and remind yourself, ask yourself, are these emotions mine? Clear your energy, cleanse your energy, ground your energy, and ask yourself, are these emotions mine? If not, then it's time to brush them off, boss up, look forward, and move on. I told you that the energy would play out like that, and it did. Especially events like solar eclipses. Those events they're heavy hitters. They're heavy hitter events that happen several times a year. And it's so important that we pay attention to the areas of our lives that this could be impacting. So I truly hope that you found guidance in it. Again, please make sure that you like, comment, save, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post a video every week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I am so grateful that you stuck around to see how this energy could play out and affect you and how you can navigate it and kind of use this energy, use this guidance to help better your life and to better your day. So I hope it helped, and we will see you next week.